We got some news, and it's going to change our property buying completely. This deep. Make it right here. 1, 2, 3.
We have kind of been caught between two properties, trying to decide which one we want to purchase to start forming our new future homestead on. They're both raw properties for the most part. Nothing's built on them yet. And it's not been an easy decision at all. And I love how precariously you're balanced here, because it really represents the two properties we're trying to decide. It's like
I have to choose.
Standing on two logs, you can't do it forever.
I
it's
can't.
Time to choose.
I have to pick my path.
Look how pretty.
Most of you have been following along. We introduced you to two properties, Crawdad Creek and Sunny Mountain. And in our last video, we learned some information about Crawdad, which made it seem like, although that was the one we wanted to build at, it wasn't going to be a good idea. Just a quick guess, what would you say dollars and cents?
Oh, you'd probably $50,000
Oh, man.
right here. Culvert pipe and gravel and machine time. It's a lot of work here.
So of course at the end of that video, everybody's thinking, what about Sunny Mountain?
That is not a rock there.
Yeah, here.
Yeah, but
That's slippery. I can hold your hand.
All right. Are you filming this? This
Yeah.
is all important.
Yeah, this is when you
Fall. And then the video can be, I can't believe what happened. Now we have to go home. So Sunny Mountain was my personal favorite. Even if the cost of the driveway at Crawdad Creek was half of what we expected to be, it was still a lot to put into infrastructure. Sunny Mountain had the infrastructure of a road, it had all the trees cleared already, but there was no running water. So for a homestead, we're watering a lot of animals. Water's really important. And look at this, this is beautiful.
Have you noticed? Oh, that's wet.
Wet.
Have you noticed the whole subset of people who are talking about the third property?
Yeah.
I feel like this is a conspiracy theory amongst our audience. But what about the third property?
Oh.
The shooter was on the third property. Some people said we've already found a third property that we're just teasing about. Really what most people are saying the third property is patience. Just wait.
Patience is the third property.
Patience is
I cannot build a house on
gonna
patience.
help us find the third property.
Just
wait
kidding.
for the right property. Don't rush into something. You definitely did not. Oh, definitely not many good. Don't follow too close. I'm whipping branches.
You almost hit me.
Definitely need to put some trails in here. We can get around. Oh, there we go. Deer trail. Thank you, deer. Bad thorns here. Oh. And back. Oh, look, we got a log though.
You have a tripod though.
I got a balance beam in my tripod.
Okay, now I'll do the log while filming myself. Like my 3-year-old says when we say, be patient. I don't want to be patient. I want to be not patient. But there's always value in patience and waiting.
That's where we've come down to now with this. Is patience the right play? Is the third property the answer? We've been looking for a long time. Like before we moved
Yeah.
to Pennsylvania, we've been on the property search.
I've been Zillowing, and we found these properties in unconventional ways, both of them.
Yeah.
Very fortunate to have found them.
We're going to talk about that on an upcoming podcast, which I'll link to when it's live, so look for that.
So, fortune favors the bold, almost. It's going to be full of those things, this video. Yeah, for me, like I said in the first video of this series, we've been waiting to do this for a long time. And I feel like our health is at a point now where we're still pretty healthy. And the biggest helpers in our life, our parents, family members, they're all healthy. We have them. And our kids are at an age where they can help us too. So it's like these 3 generations who can come together now and build our new homestead. I feel like now is the right time.
This, oh man, this big tree over here. I don't think look at the size of that tree. Oh, amazing.
It's like a Civil War tree.
See? With time comes good things if you're just patient. You know, there are awesome properties out there that are coming soon to availability near you. And if we wait, if we keep looking, we may stumble across that perfect property we're looking for. Did I leave the tripod down that hill?
You left it down there.
Oh no, that was really stupid.
Well,
I want to see this flat too, but let's go to the big tree first. Look at that tree.
I'm a mom of 6 kids. I'm good at telling people to wait for things. But you can't wait for perfect. Perfect doesn't exist. So when I was shopping for my first cow, I looked and looked and looked and learned so much, and I couldn't afford what I wanted. We looked at mini jerseys, but they were $5 or $6 grand. We couldn't afford that at the time. But what I did find was a nice mid-sized jersey in our price range because she was half blind.
So my wife finally made the decision. She picked a dairy cow. We got a beautiful Jersey cow. Her name is Ladybug.
You bring a beginning. You spark a heart that's gone to line. And you jump the spine.
I guess you could call her a fixer-upper.
She's our Jersey.
She had never been a single family cow, and it was a little bit nerve-wracking thinking of buying her. Maybe she wouldn't adjust well, being half blind, would she be too spooky to have around the kids? But she was one of the best purchases we've ever made on our homestead, was Ladybug. And I wasn't holding out for perfect, and I think that's why I was open to getting this not perfect, but really good family milk cow. Falling.
Well, you were saying that, you made me think like patience is a virtue, waiting is sometimes the right decision, but in homesteading, time is your harvest.
Like if you spend too much time, you'll miss your harvest.
No.
That's true too.
I mean, yeah, but time, your harvest is nothing more. You plant a seed plus time. You
Plant the tree.
have a calf plus time. You drop an acorn plus time. And maybe this was an imperfect acorn. Maybe this is an imperfect oak tree.
Well, sure it is.
I see a dead limb right there. I mean, it's gone through some struggle, but if this little acorn didn't decide, if some little squirrel didn't, back in like, holy crap,
18
Civil War squirrel didn't decide as the
bullets were flying.
Union armies were marching by him, hey, I better hide this nut right here. This giant oak, even an imperfect one, wouldn't be here now. And so you're saying with Ladybug, like, you could have waited, and now in our life we could afford one good mini Jersey, and we would have one nice mini Jersey now.
But we would have lost 5 years of having cows, milk. the experience with cows.
I would have never pulled a calf.
Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yep. Okay. Yes. Oh, damn, yes.
You'd never be a grazer.
I wouldn't be a grazer. I'd be, yeah, I mean, we'd have so fewer skills.
Yeah, there's waiting for the right reason, which is, what would you say is the right reason?
It's a
like this
bad
is just
decision.
a bad decision.
We're not saying like, hey, you should go out and buy a piece of garbage property and dive in, or hey, you should go buy a bad animal, a sick animal, and just try to breed it back to health.
But if we're holding out for an A2 fawn, 40-inch mini Jersey with a beautiful udder, 4 perfect quarters, and in our price range, like, we'd be waiting a long time.
And those
it's called
years.
a unicorn. It's really hard to find.
Now you know how to make yogurt and cheese and ice cream and make butter, and I know how to graze cattle, and you know how to milk by hand or by machine. I know how to milk, something I said I would never do, like, because we didn't wait.
Yeah, so we took that imperfect little cow and put time and energy into her. We learned skills, and at the end, we have our beautiful little mini Jersey herd.
So you're saying I should not be waiting for perfect.
Nobody should be waiting for perfect.
Is that why you picked me?
Yeah. You know me, I'm not a patient person. But I am
That is
smart.
true.
I am smart.
You knew she was waiting on me to propose after 6 months. Year and a half later.
Now, we don't want to go the whole way up here, right?
Oh, I want to see that flap, but if you don't.
So you want to hear another clever saying about not waiting for perfect?
Yeah.
This is one you taught.
Oh, I like it.
Where did
Tell
you
me.
hear this from?
Which one?
Don't let perfect be
Oh.
the enemy of good.
Okay, where did I hear that? Actually, I think I heard that first. You want to hear deep tracks? Tim and Liz. Comment below if you know who Tim and Liz are in the homesteading small farm world. I'm pretty sure Tim was the first one listening to his podcast that said, when you're farming, don't let perfect be the enemy of the good.
I really, that's my motto now.
You've embraced
Good enough.
different is better than better. There's another good one.
Different is better than better.
So as usual, you're saying it's time for me to make a decision.
Funny story about that. That is eventually what got you to propose. After years and years when I decided like I was worth waiting. But that was several years. Okay, I'm not saying we have to rush to make a bad decision. What I'm saying is...
Marrying you was the best decision I ever made.
Yes, it was. Even if you didn't know it at the time. What I'm saying is, I think we have a great property, and I'm ready to make the decision and start moving forward developing our new homestead on it. Because I think although it's not perfect, I think we can make it perfect for us, really. This is important. I'll take my sunglasses off. I just saw a bug fly in your mouth.
Nope. Did it? Really?
It did. I wonder if it got stuck in your mustache.
Nice.
Okay, so, are we ready?
Let's do it. This is the spot. Let's build a homestead. Yeah? Let's go.
Why did you let her convince you? It wasn't me who did the convincing.
No.
I really was settled at Crawdad Creek. Even if we would have had to like pay for that infrastructure, there are ways to make it more manageable to pay with it, I feel like.
Over the time period, which has been super fast forwarded on YouTube, we've been walking and working these properties
Figuring out the numbers.
for months. And the time has allowed us, taking the good time to make a good decision has allowed us me especially, to come full circle from, first off, this was the first property we found.
Sunny Mountain.
Then going and saying, no, Crawdad's the one, to realizing, no, Crawdad is going to be too much money to get here, but do I want to be here? Well, my parents visited recently, and we came back to this property with the one goal to look really hard at this property and decide, is this the place we should start our homestead? And the goal was to see if we could actually solve the water and pasture problems.
We're driving up the driveway to the Sunny Mountain,
Yeah.
and it's just so apparent that so much work is done here
I
already.
mean, you said that we're driving up a driveway, that right there, right?
Right, the fact that we're driving up a driveway, so much work has been done here. It's completely stumped. Now it looks rough to the average person, like it's just barren, but it's a blank slate, and you can just create whatever you want here.
Yeah.
And you're not going to create it in one summer, unless you have an endless budget, but there's so much potential here.
And we're
I know-
already ahead.
And Kendra wants the sun.
That's
He's got it here.
That's a big one. Do you guys think it's conceivable to actually put a pond in here and hold water?
Yeah, you got a beautiful spot right here. It's at the bottom of the hill. And over here you can dig all the Caspian channels. You can capture from way over there and funnel it right into the pond. This direction here too. It can all come this way.
Okay, this is a little thing we found on this property that is, it's a very good sign of things to come. What do we got here then?
You got 2 holes dug in the ground that just sort of silted up over the summer, and they're holding a lot of water. And that's a good sign. That's a good sign.
What does that tell you about the soil? Is there clay here or is it silted?
Well, we got some clay in it because it's holding the water nicely. It really is.
And upon further inspection, we found lots of clay on the property. So they were super confident that yes, we could build a pond and hold water. And while we were looking for a pond, we actually discovered that a lot of the topsoil on this property,
I think you still have a lot of decent soil here. Look at this. This just looks like heavily compacted topsoil. Soil here just looks like heavily compacted topsoil, right? I mean, I don't know if all the organics been stripped off of here.
a lot of the topsoil on this property has not been removed, it's been compacted, which means it's here, it's just down in the soil. Little time with animals, planting some good pasture, we'll be able to sustain our herd in no time. With those 2 worries kind of taken care of, I was 100% ready to come here. And I gotta say, the amount of days we spent now on this property, the beautiful sunny afternoons, the gorgeous sunrise. Why am I walking backwards and you forwards? The gorgeous sunsets that we've been able to see right from this very spot.
How many days ago were your parents here? 5 days ago, they gave us the news about being able to hold the water and that it was topsoil. So I think we finally let ourselves be really excited now about this property. Instead of like mourning the other one and mourning what this one doesn't have, we're excited about the potential.
This has become, the time I've spent here, I actually texted you today and I said, I can't wait to live here. And that's the first time I've felt that. But just beautiful, beautiful warm afternoon, sun shining. I just was like, I'm ready. I'm so ready to be at our new homestead.
So I know it's not much to look at now. It's a lot of dirt. But I feel like in 5 years, when people come up, when they look at our property with the beautiful pond and green grass everywhere, the cows grazing in our little house, I think we're gonna be glad that we picked here. 'Cause we're gonna make it amazing.
I feel like when you're looking for that diamond in the rough property, you gotta have a little imagination.
See past the rough.
Yeah.
Like, sure, it's all dirt right now and there's no water in this ditch.
Not yet.
But someday, 5 years from now, it's gonna be a beautiful pond, green grass everywhere, cows in the field.
Right now, people are looking at this property and they're thinking, no, that's awful. You don't want to be there. Run, run, run.
Somebody said, I don't think I can watch. If you choose Sunset Mountain, sunrise and sunset, Sunny Mountain, I don't think I can watch anymore. But watch. Like, stay tuned and enjoy the ride. You don't have to do the work, so just stay here for the transformation.
And picture in 5 years. Honeybee, bumblebee are up on that hill grazing pasture.
With their calves.
The kids are swimming in a pond, not climbing a pile of dirt. And I'm somewhere relaxing, watching it all, enjoying my beautiful property that then people will be like, oh, I wish I had that property.
We've been doing this homesteading thing for 10 years now. We've learned a lot. We've learned a lot about building pasture, even making ponds. So we'll be able to do that in the year ahead. Plus, pull in some of our mentors to help us do all this work with us.
If you're wondering how we're gonna plant this bare ground and make it into really nice pasture, we actually have a video back in Connecticut. We did that. We filled an area and made pasture. Watch this video and you can see how we produce pasture from scratch.